You got a war face? Ah! Ah! Let me see your real war face. Ah!
I recently played Into the Breach on mobile, which was an incredible experience, and it's available to anyone who has a Netflix subscription. Playing Into the Breach reminded me of Advanced Wars and how much I loved playing it back in the day. I'm not the biggest fan of turn-based strategy games, but every now and then games like Advanced Wars, Into the Breach, and XCOM come along to remind me that, well, maybe I am a bit of a fan of turn-based strategy games after all. I loved the Advanced Wars games back in the day when I first played them in the GBA day, and always hoped that they'd make another one. Well, they didn't. But they did do a full remaster of the first two and then bundle them up in a shiny new package for the Nintendo Switch. And in case you're wondering if it's a remaster, a remake, or something else, it's apparently a reboot camp. So naturally I couldn't wait to find out if they're as good as I remember, or of course even better now. There's a lot that I loved about Advanced Wars 1+2 Reboot Camp, but there's a couple of things I didn't love quite as much. If you want to know which is which, stick around. I'm Nick from What's Good, let's take a look.
I love the smell of napalm in the morning.
You might be asking yourself, what the hell is Advanced Wars? It's a turn-based strategy game that requires you to command various units including tanks, artillery, aircraft, naval ships, and infantry across a grid-based map. Most of the time, your goal is to win by capturing the enemy's base or defeating all their units. Strategy plays an important role as you need to consider the terrain, supply lines, and the unique characteristics of each unit.
We're supposed to be a unit.
Both the first and second games come with campaigns as well as multiplayer, which is pretty rad and works both locally and online. Reboot Camp has two of the key aspects that make Advanced Wars truly special. First, the excellent strategy gameplay feels like a modern take on chess, with each unit type offering its own strategic advantages and disadvantages. Second, the unique commander characters, each with their own traits and ability, who really bring the campaigns to life. Instead of just a series of missions back to back, the game offers an ongoing narrative where your commanders work together and form friendships as they face quirky and interesting enemies complete with their own internal politics. This combination of strategic gameplay and character-driven storytelling is what sets Advanced Wars apart. Well, there was a third thing that made it special, but this is a part that unfortunately I don't think they got quite right this time around.
Sir, I don't have a good feeling about this one.
From the first time I saw the trailer to my first time playing the game, it became clear that the updated 3D board game-like graphics that replaced the charming pixel style of the original games did absolutely nothing for me. While I understand the desire to modernize the visuals, I would have appreciated an approach that stayed true to the original, something more like that modern, retro, beautiful style in Octopath Traveler. That being said, the anime-styled characters rendered in 3D with a 2D cel-shaded look do have their own appeal. While the new 3D graphics aren't bad, they seem to lack the charm and the nostalgia of the originals. This is particularly noticeable during the split-screen combat cutscenes, which make up a significant part of the whole experience. Well, that's how I feel. What do you think? Let us know in the comments. Additionally, I would have appreciated some modern improvements to the gameplay, like the ability to undo a mistake during a turn, similar to what's available in Into the Breach. I can understand that the core systems might not allow for that to be possible all the time. It's a serious bummer to have to redo an entire turn just because you knocked a button by mistake.
Are my methods unsound?
I don't see any method.
In terms of more traditional settings, the game's options feel a bit limited too, with only a handful of video settings that can skip specific battle animation, but no real way to customize it exactly like you want. What's a bit more annoying though is that there's no audio volume control. This can be frustrating because the music, while kinda cool, becomes overpowering and a bit much during lengthy battles, forcing you to either endure the blaring sound or turn the music off. I want the music, I just don't want it that loud. There are some neat new additions too, like a map builder for creating custom battle scenarios, as well as a shop that allows you to unlock extra maps, music tracks, and other goodies. Despite some shortcomings, Advanced Wars 1+2 Reboot Camp had me hooked and managed to keep me in its trance for hours on end, especially when I only planned to play for 10 minutes. Advanced Wars remains a fantastic turn-based strategy game that's worth checking out for both its engaging gameplay and fun characters. Newcomers to the series who enjoy strategy games will likely find a lot to love, but returning players might not feel as fulfilled despite the new features. If you enjoyed the video, please hit the like button to let us know. If you haven't subscribed yet or you want to see more videos, hit the subscribe button now. Thanks for watching, we'll see you soon.